In this video we show how you can hide a list that is based on a SQL database if the user does a query and the query returns no results. So the built-in behavior when there are no results in a search is to just continue to display the list and then display an optional message. So for example, if I go here and type in, say, USA, this is going to do a search and it's going to find a whole bunch of records. But if I type in a made-up country, you can see now that there are no records in the list, and so the list displays no records in list. Now this message of course is customizable, but what if you wanted to completely hide the list if there were no records in the list? So first of all, let's just go back to the list definition itself, and we can see if we look in the list properties that we currently have turned on the no records in list message. But as mentioned, we want to completely hide the list so that if the user goes in and types in this search now, the whole list would be completely hidden, and then this button, which was underneath the list, would then move up to occupy the space that was previously occupied by the list. So this is a little tricky to do because the list searching is taking place on an AJAX callback, which means that it's being handled asynchronously. So we can solve the problem by using a client-side event, which is the after AJAX callback complete event. So this is an event that fires every time an AJAX callback completes, and one of the parameters of this method is the name of the XBasic function that got executed. So if we go here and we just simply put in an alert over there and then do a search. So I'll go now and I'll just type in, say, France, and we can see that after the AJAX callback completes, the value in the E-object is system compute search and filter list. So this is the name of the function that was called on the callback, and this is a built-in system function. So we can go now and we can take this code and we can say that if the user has done a search on the list, then if in other words, if this property name here is equal to compute search and filter, then what we're going to do is we're going to check the number of rows of data in the list, and if the number of rows of data is 0, then we're going to hide the list. However, we have to do this in a set timeout because this function is going to fire before the actual list is populated with the results that were returned from the server. So this function, the after AJAX callback complete, fires immediately before the list is actually repopulated. So you can see that we take all of our code here and we wrap it in a set timeout and we wait 100 milliseconds. So after 100 milliseconds has completed, we then execute this code, and by this time the list will have been repopulated. So what we're doing over here is we're getting a pointer to the list itself, then we're getting a pointer to the data inside the list. So once we have a pointer to the list, we can use that object's underbar data property to get a pointer to the actual data that is stored in the list, and then that array has a length property, so that tells us how many rows were in the list. So I'm going to go here and uncomment this line over there. So I'm going to say that if there are 0 rows, then hide the list, and then if there are more than 0 rows, then show the list. And then we also need to call the refresh method, because if you show the list after it was previously hidden, the columns will not be properly laid out. So you can see now when we run this code, if we go now and we execute it for a country that doesn't exist, you can see that the list has gone away completely, and then if I type in, say, UK now and then do another search, the list has come back. So this shows you how to dynamically hide and show the list in its entirety based on whether or not it has records in the query. Thanks very much for watching.